Hello, Dave Simpson here from the band Very Giant. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I am. Anyway, hello. I hope you're all okay today and all is well. Hello there, everybody. So today's vid, we're going behind the scenes of our latest single, If I Possession Over Judgment Day. Now, this is a Robert Johnson song, originally. Basically the only thing left of Robert's song is the lyrics. We've completely changed everything else about it. And so in this video, what you're going to see is kind of like a behind the scenes thing, because technically today it's the 28th of February, and the song goes out in April. So we're time traveling today. So see, time travel is possible with the advent of YouTube. But yeah, so today I want to talk a bit about the song first, where it came from, why, and all this kind of other stuff. And also later on in the video, what we're doing is we're going to go travelling to John Joe's studio and document us recording the drums for the song. So, because at this point in time, the drums are a drum machine, and I need John Joe's genius to pep it up a bit. Anyway, so that's going to be later on in the video. We're going to travel to Newark to John Joe's studio and get the drums recorded, film all that, and document that. So anyway, but first, let me talk about If I Possession Over Judgment Day. So I've been a Robert Johnson fan for a long time. I still remember when I first got into Robert Johnson. My dad told me about him, actually. And I remember going to Grimsby and getting a CD, like the best of Robert Johnson CD. I've still got, actually. It's really, really good. And it was my kind of like intro to that world, Robert Johnson's world. And it is kind of like the guitar playing and everything about it is crazy. Robert's mad, absolutely mad. And amazing technique and stuff like that. For back then, amazing guitar player and a great singer as well. I love his voice. Anyway, the song that always stuck out to me the most out of all the Robert Johnson songs, and there's not many, was If I Possession Over Judgment Day. There's just something about that song that's always appealed to me. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I don't know why certain songs get you more than others, but either way, If I Possession Over Judgment Day, as soon as I heard that song, it just clicked with me, and I was just like, I really love this one. This is my favourite. I love the lyrics, and I just love its vibe. And I always feel that Robert starts that song, realises he's done that intro before, and then randomly changes it. It's really, I feel he's like, starts the song and he's like, hang on a minute, I've already done this, let me change quick. And he just quickly changes into something completely different. Anyway, so I'm a bit hazy on why I picked If I Possession Over Judgment, because I don't believe I did pick it, to be honest with you. I don't believe I did pick it. So let me tell you a story, and this is going to sound weird, but bear with me, and hand on heart, this is the truth. This is how If I Possession Over Judgment Day came to be, and let's say you've heard it now and you can hear what it is. It's not the norm, let's put it that way. It's not, when people cover Robert Johnson, they tend to do it acoustic or slide or whatever in a very traditional manner. And this is not traditional at all, and I like it for that. Someone just got shot by the sounds of it outside. Anyway, so where were we? So yeah, let me tell you the story. So it came about. Now this is weird. So I went to go to Grimsby to the guitar shop Gallagher's, and stupid me, because Dave's an idiot if you haven't known that already, went on a Tuesday when he's closed. So I got all the way to Grimsby, realised he was closed, and I was like, oh yeah, it's Tuesday. Well done, Dave. Well done. Anyway, I drove home a different way. I drove like the country roads back home, because there's like a main way back from Louth to Grimsby, and then there's like a back way, like a country way. And I drove the country way home. And I got to a little town called Tetney. Not Tetley, Tetney. Tetney. And this is going to sound like I'm making it up and I'm lying. And I'm not, I promise. I'm really not. I'm not here to lie. I'm here to tell you exactly what happened. So I was driving, and as I reached, kind of like, as you're coming out of the village, you come down a road, and then you make this kind of really sharp left turn. And you go, there's houses on the left and new houses on the right, but there's trees. And then you come to a bridge over a little river. And so I was driving out there, and as I got towards the bridge, the sun came out. It hadn't been out all day, and then the sun came out. This sounds really made up, doesn't it? But I swear it's not. This is true. Sun came out and came through the trees into the cab of the van, and I'm driving away. And as I hit the bridge, no word of a lie, the entire song went doosh. And all of a sudden I was like, I need to get home. The entire song, order, everything, even what verse to drop, because we dropped a verse. There's 5 verses in the original If I Possession Over Judgment Day. We dropped, I think it's the 4th verse, because it never made any sense to me for some reason. I was just like, that seems like a really weird afterthought verse. I don't really know why it's there. Anyway, so it said, drop that, this is what you got to do, and the whole song was there in my head. It was just like, what? And I just knew, and I was like, I've got to get home. I've got to get home and record this. So I got home, and again, the song told me what guitar, what feel, what vibe, what drum beat to use on the drum machine to get it kind of like to the right feel and stuff like that, and what effects and how it should be recorded. It was there. It was just all of a sudden it was there. And I wasn't even thinking about it. It was just all of a sudden there. And because I've been writing for a new album, like, I think I was in that kind of mode anyway, but this is really strange. I've been writing my own music, not covers. But it was like, this is If I Possession Over Judgment Day. And I'm like, what? Okay. It's so strange. I'm finding it hard to actually describe exactly what it is. Anyway, so I started playing, and it needed to be on this guitar. This is my Oswald baritone guitar. This is the You Say I Say guitar. And it's technically a normal guitar, but I've got it tuned in baritone, so it's B. Normal guitars, this is your low E string on a normal guitar. This is your low E string on a baritone. It's tuned to B. Normally they're tuned to an E, but this is or an E flat. This is tuned to B, so it's really dropped. And it just had the right, whatever the song wanted, this is where it came from. Hence why this is in the video. But like it just it just spoke and was like, this is the guitar, this is the sound, you need it, and it just all came flying out. And I literally, in about maybe 2.5 hours, 3 hours, the whole thing was recorded and done, and I had it mixed. I had done the vocals. I'd actually done the first load of vocals. I went back and re-recorded the vocals the next day because there was one bit I wasn't keen of, and I wanted to change the whole thing, so I redid the whole vocal the next day. But on the first day, I pretty much had it all done and mixed, and it did make going back and doing the vocals the next day even easier, including the 3-part harmony. And yeah, it was just like one of those moments where it's just like, whoa, and that was done. And there was no ever thought at the time when I recorded it that it was going to be a Red Giant song. But when me and John Joe were thinking of things to help promote the tour, which has now technically started, hopefully, we were like thinking, oh, we should release 2 new singles, you know, to help promote the tour. One in March, one in April, to build up to the tour. And that, we thought that was a really cool idea, but I didn't like the idea of just releasing 2 Red Giant songs off the album. I didn't mind releasing one. As I say, we released Free Me. You hopefully seen that. You better have. If you haven't, go and watch it now. So we released Free Me, and we love Free Me. Free Me is one of our favourite songs. But I didn't want to release another one off the album. I wanted to give you something new and different. Like, you know, something you haven't heard before, because like I say, the album's been out for a bit now, and it's this April, even though technically we're in February, but April, the month this video comes out, is actually the anniversary of us recording the album. Yeah, it's the year anniversary of us recording it, not releasing but recording. And I was just like to John Joe, I said, I want to give people like something they don't know, you know, it's something new. And John Joe was really up for that, obviously, and like, you know, here we are. And then when I recorded, we had this discussion before I recorded If I Possession, and then when I recorded this, I was immediately like, that's the one. That's the one we've got to release. That's what we've got to do. And like I said, I've just been waiting for John Joe to have some free time so we can record drums, hence what you'll see in a bit. But it's a real left turn on, like, you know, what you consider like, you know, Robert Johnson and like, you know, stereotypical blues. You know, I want it to be something completely different. Well, I say isn't me at all. music wanted it to be something completely different, and it's really soundscapey and epic and big, and it really just kind of like floats around and then really gets big and kind of dies off. It's just a monster. And there was a couple of things that it needed, like dual lead vocal as well. That was a must. It needed dual lead vocal. I love dual lead vocal though. That is one of my favorite things to do. So I sang one and then harmonized it, and then the last verse is a 3-part harmony. And I just love the way that picks up. I love where the guitar solo is almost buried. I love the atmosphere of the song. It's really dark and heavy and really sludgy and grungy, and like the way it sounds sonically is just, I love it. I really am proud of this, and I hope you love it as well. I really do, because it's just something a little bit different. And again, when people say, oh, they're covering Robert Johnson, it's kind of like, it's usually kind of like, you know, it's that traditional kind of blues thing, or they tend to put like distortion on a resonator and play it that way. And I was like, I just don't want to be that, you know, it's been done. And I was like, well, we can drag it. Well, I didn't even have to drag it, you know, it hit me in the face. I didn't have to drag it or do anything. It was just there. And you can kind of do that with blues. You can really bend it to kind of like, you know, whatever you want. And this is a good example of that. And I'm just really proud of how it sounds. And can't wait to go on talk to John Joe about the drums later on. Because, yeah, it's just going to be ace. Because like I say, I love the drum machine pattern I had. And maybe I'll release that one day with drum machine. But it needs something else that the drum machine can't do. Hence, John Joe coming in to save the day. Which he's good at. And yeah, but it's really cool. I love it. I love it. It's dark atmosphere. It's very dark. You know what I mean? And again, I don't feel the song it's not a bright subject anyway. You know what I mean? I can relate to the song, and a lot of the song. And yeah, it's really cool. One thing I did like, there's a line in it. It's like, I went to the mountains and looked out as far as my eyes could see. Now, in the original, Robert actually drags out that verse because that line is actually too long to fit inside of a 12 bar. There's too many words. So I had to get them in really, really fast. And I really like the way I was, the music let me bend the lyrics in and how I could sing it. It was really cool. And yeah, anyway, that's how the song came to be. It literally just got beamed into me. I wasn't thinking about it. It just was all of a sudden it was there. And then when we decided to kind of release 2 new singles to help promote the tour, that was just a no-brainer. It was like, there it is. And I believe that's why it came to me. You know, I didn't know it at the time. Invariably, sometimes you don't know why certain things happen and they're revealed in time. And that was why that happened, because this came about before or after. I can't remember what it was now. I did say earlier on. Either way, what I said earlier on was right. But like, it is one of those things of like, you know, you don't necessarily always know what the deal is. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm worried now, contradicting myself, and I look like an idiot. But you are an idiot, Dave, so it doesn't really make any difference. Anyway, but yeah, I love it. I love its atmosphere and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll be doing it live on tour as well. I'd love to be able to do this song live because it's just got something. It's a set starter for me. This song, it starts a set because it's just like, whoa, you know what I mean? There's just something about it. And again, it's just a bit of a left turn on traditional Robert Johnson kind of music. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this little waffle about it. So without further ado, let's go to John Joe's studio and document recording the drums for If I Possession Over Judgment Day. We're there with John Joe's legendary studio. It's a coat off actually. So, but yeah, it's that rhythm, and then like I say, when it breaks out,
it's quite a slow tempo, you know.
It is. It plods. Yeah.
So it makes me want to put too many notes in. I've got to be careful.
You've got to pull back. Yeah. It's one of those. It's because I remember when I was doing the guitar solo. The original solo was quite wild, and the song just kept going. No, Dave. So it's just like real long drawn out notes with the wah-wah pedal. But yeah, that main rhythm, like dun 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 dun, that kind of thing is that thing. But when it comes to the...
Are you sure you don't? I'll tell you what you could do if you wanted. You could have the snare on 2 and 4 in the heavy bit.
Yeah.
And then just on 4 on the quieter bit.
Ah, yeah. That'd be cool.
Do you want me to just try that?
Just give that a go.
Put your headphones on.
Yep. You can't hear this, but you'll hear John Joe though. They call it Mr. Twirl. Spot on. That is literally perfect. Yeah, that is
I've got to watch
it.
the dynamics. I don't know whether I might move that lower.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to have the hi-hat going or not. It's not like you can cut it out because it's in the overheads.
It is, yeah.
If I don't have it, if I do it close together, it shouldn't be too loud.
Just the signal for the kind of
Signal at me all the time. Mate.
Yeah. That's spot on.
Cool.
Because it's better. My idea was like that initial rhythm that the song kind of falls to, but then I thought if you kind of got that, then you can kind of play off it and kind of go wherever you want with it.
Yeah.
Like some of those fills you were doing in the guitar solo were mega. Like that's like it just propels it forward. Yeah,
I'll keep that one then.
Yeah, stuff like that is really cool, and that's you as well.
I need to have a splash cymbal.
Oh, yeah.
Loads of little bits where it's like...
Snare collection and cymbal collection and alien head collection. Whee! And spider pig. Apparently gives
spider pig does.
inspiration.
He does.
Look at these symbols though.
Yeah, don't show that because you meant to do them nicer than that.
They're alright.
I'm an animal, mate.
People would have a go at me if they saw my guitar store.
You know this symbol here?
That one. Oh yeah.
Nearly 500 quid that.
So I'm the same as like I've got guitars like 500, 600 quid like stored in a case, but they're like on top of each other.
What's your amp situation?
Amp situation is just don't go there. It's catastrophic. I just haven't got the space. That's the problem. I need to hurry and get rich. Yeah. Oh yeah, and also how cool. I love these. I remember like when I was young, I desperately wanted like all of them.
Yeah, so I couldn't afford them when I was young, but now.
No,
okay.
Isn't that the weird? It's such the weird thing. I remember like when I was young, I had Jake the Snake Roberts, and my brother had the Ultimate Warrior, which I did see.
I've got Jake the Snake here, look, with the
Where
original
is he?
snake.
With the snake. Oh, yeah, that's the one
More
I had.
expensive with the snake because
Really?
kids lost the snake. It's whether it's got a good action. Look.
Oh yeah,
it's expensive.
Mine's seized up and wouldn't move. But yeah, I remember I still had the snake with mine when my mum gave it away.
They're all gonna fall over now. Your mum gave you snake.
She did. She gave it away in a big box. There's the Ultimate Warrior. My brother had that one there. That's so cool. Any WWF fans like classic WWF? Really cool.
Got some cool stuff here, mate.
Yeah.
I love it.
It is ace, isn't it? And it is strange as how you can't afford this stuff when you're a kid, but when you get older, you get it, and it never loses its charm.
I rebought the belt. Remember I gave you the belt?
Oh yeah.
The Continental belt. I got another one off a different car.
I've got that. Where all my amps are stored. It's on the wall. Yeah. It's like got above all my amps on the wall.
You are the champion.
I am. I beat Hulk Hogan. I did, and the Undertaker, who was my favourite. Weirdly, after Jake the Snake.
Here, look. Got a belt on him.
Nice.
I don't know what belt it is. So it's like Bam Bam Bigelow. Papa Shango.
Nice. Kamala,
the Ugandan giant.
Amazing.
He died of diabetes. Had both his feet cut off.
No way. I remember when the the Undertaker like put him in a
casket
coffin.
match.
Yeah,
mate, we're the same age, aren't we?
Yeah.
You can watch it all on Netflix now, you know.
Really?
Yeah, you can rewatch it. It's
not
as good now.
No, it's not. Is it? That's the problem. You go back and it's like, ah.
When you're young, I was so scared. I was so scared of the Undertaker.
I know the fear. I loved him, but it was kind of one of those. I watch it behind. I just remember watching him putting the nails in though, and then I watched it about a year or so ago.
Yeah.
And he's so crap at putting the nails in. He's like bending them. Like he's not good. Not good for his name. That one.
But he never went out of gimmick, did he? He was like always the Undertaker. There's a picture of him in Japan. Like he's walking in Japan. He's got his full Undertaker gear on. It's only now he's finally like started doing podcasts and stuff because he protected his character.
Yeah, that's ace. That is.
I was getting excited about the Undertaker, mate.
I'm filming all this. Everyone knows how ridiculous geeks we are.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah. Oh, John Joe's drum book collection as well is mega. I love it.
Yeah, that's not all of them. I've got gone to the floor. I need more space.
So cool though. But
got
yeah.
The storage upstairs as well, but I need to find a splash symbol that's gonna work.
Let's go on the splash symbol hunt. Decided to fire John Joe. I'm gonna be the drummer from now on. See? So good, me. So this room is where all the first album was basically put together. This is where we slaved away and came up with basically all the songs as you know them and you hear them today. And also this is where we filmed the Friends music video as well. Conversations going on that you'll never know what they were.
Horrific.
By the way, I have issues with sitting down and being relaxed, so I'm stood up.
Right, you ready, David?
Let's go.
Take one. Action.
100.
Would you reckon one more take just in case?
Just one more take.
Is there any bits that were crap?
Not that I can hear. No, it was well good. I'd be proper in it as well, which is great.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was mega.
I'll do one more just in case.
Cool.
Oh, he's rolling.
It's rolling. Keep rolling.
I think what I'm going to do, you know, because of that it's missing that hi-hat now.
Yeah.
I might record like a shaker or something.
You did this one bit. I think it was in the second loud bit.
Yeah.
And it was just like this mad roll. And it just kept going. And I was like, where's it going to end? And then it ended. It was like, this is amazing. And then like before
my favourite bit is right before the solo.
Yeah.
When that dynamic goes right up.
Yeah.
You just went, like your body lifted.
Because you went really quiet and came to a stop.
Yeah.
And then you went in. And it was like, that's mega. It made the entire like loud section really kick.
Well, we'll see. We'll have to listen back.
Done. So, Mr. John Joe destroyed it on the second take. He destroyed it on the first take, to be fair, but the second take had some extra magic.
Very good.
In it. It was amazing. But yeah, so now on to mixing phase. Now we've got the drums, we've got the guitars, we've got the vocals all done. Mixing time. See you in a bit. Hello there again. So, moving on to the next chapter of If I Possession Over Judgment Day. Today we are filming the music video to this song, which came out yesterday. Technically, it didn't come out yesterday when I'm filming this video, but in the interests of not being weird, it came out yesterday. So hopefully you've seen that. If not, please go and have a watch. So we are filming the music video today. John Joe and Kira are coming over. My sister's filming it. We have hired a 15th century church in my hometown called St. James's. It's the biggest church in the town and is the third biggest spire, has the third biggest spire in the whole of the UK. At one point it was the biggest spire in the UK, but then it was beaten by two other churches, so now it's the third, but it's still massive. It's like it's just shy of 300 feet tall, the spire on this church. It's insane. And it was built in like it started to be made in like 1430, and then they kind of like finished. It took about 10 years to build kind of like the main bit. I'll show you this when we get down there. And then they finished the spire in kind of like mid 1500s, give or take. It's also where the Lincolnshire Uprising began in St. James's Church. Now, that's insane. When we step inside this church to film this music video, you have to understand that when that happened, that's because of King Henry VIII. He was King of England when this church existed, and people gathered in there to basically protest against what he was doing because he was an idiot, and people just didn't like it. So there was the Lincolnshire Uprising, and it didn't end well for the people who planned it and went through with the uprising. Basically, the king was too powerful. You can't beat that. The priest actually who was at St James's at the time was taken to Tyburn in London and hung, drawn and quartered, and the others were executed in Louth town centre. I'm not sure how they were executed. I think they were hung, but I don't think they were hung, drawn and quartered, but I think they were hung. Either way, they were executed in the corn market in the centre of town. And it always gets me. I always wonder how many people who are walking through a corn market actually know what happened in this place. Because we used to have a gallows as well in Louth. If you've seen other gig vlogs, I don't think they're on this channel actually. No, they won't be on this channel. If you've seen other gig vlogs of the David Simpson Trio, I've done a video on that. But there's a place in town. It's called the Fish Shambles now. It's quite amusing. It's this kind of bit that juts out in just off the centre of town, and it's where people go and kind of you can get all sorts of like novelty things and stuff like that. And it's surrounded by like charity shops now, which used to be pubs, and that's where the gallows was. That's where they would hang people because it was a perfect place. People could go and get drunk and watch the festivities. Anyway, back to the church. Like I say, it's a 15th century, technically into the 16th century church. The spire wasn't completed until the 16th century. Just shy of 300 feet. It's humongous. Wait till you see it. Also, by the way, you might notice we're in fish eye angle lens now. Because I need my phone for filming today, we're on my trusty Zoom Q8 camera for behind the scenes from this point on, which is quite good actually because I'll be able to show you tons of the church easily. Because my phone doesn't do wide angle very well, whereas this camera does wide angle perfectly. Anything else to note history-wise about this church? Not really. I mean, there's a cool little family connection in my granddad's dad, so my great-granddad. We got a picture of him stood at the top of it while they were fixing the weather vane at the top, the cockerel. He got up there, and they got a picture of him stood on the scaffolding right at the top of the church. So he's like nearly 300 feet up. But I can imagine that didn't faze him, as he had been through World War I and lost his left eye. So it's nothing compared to the horrors of war. But yeah, so when so next thing you'll probably see is us going into the church, and like I say, just bear in mind that when this church was built, it was before King Henry VIII and actually during King Henry VIII's reign. That's all. I always feel that's a good reference point for how old this church is, and like I say, it was the Lincolnshire Uprising started there, but then we lost that one. It was robbed. We also had an abbey actually. Here's another one for you. I love my history. Can you tell? We had an abbey in Louth that was sacked by King Henry VIII in the 1500s, and no one actually knows where it was. It's kind of been lost to history. It was destroyed and robbed by King Henry VIII's men, and no one actually knows where it was. There's a road called Monk's Dyke, but people have looked around. There's no actual evidence of it being anywhere near this road called Monk's Dyke, which is actually a little river that ran that the monks would go and get water from for them. But people actually don't know where the actual abbey was. It's a bit of a mystery. To this day, people don't know where it was. There's just no record of where it was. Really cool thing is, though, that we, as in my family, we own a couple of stones from the abbey, so we have bits of it, which I really, really like, and that's really, really cool. And there's bits of it's kind of scattered around Louth in people's gardens. They kind of have them in their gardens. That's really cool. But yeah, so that would happen around the same time as the Lincolnshire Uprising and all that kind of thing would have been kind of knocked through kind of thing. But the church was kind of I wouldn't say derelict, but it was kind of unused for a while because of that. There's a lot going on with King Henry VIII, as we all know. But yeah, so that's where we're filming today, and it is a huge, huge honour to do this. Anyway, let's go to the church. Let's go to church. This is where we're setting up. Kyle.
Yo.
How you doing?
Back in action.
This is ridiculous.
I've done with fireworks, really, like the coaches with you.
Yeah, how are you feeling, John Joe?
Yeah, good.
It's probably
hard work, isn't it, setting up all your gear just to...
Yeah, to technically not play it, yeah. So check this out. It's like I say, 1400s this church. Insane. That sounds insane back here. Kyle's taken my place. He's now the guitarist of Red Giant. So the spire is just here, and this is the bell tower up here. And if we look, you can see a sun all the way up. Top getting B-roll. Check out there. It's just. Oh wow! There's a hatch. No, I've never noticed that. What's that? This is John Joe's view. Insane. How are you feeling, sir?
It looks mega, doesn't it?
It's, yeah. I think it's come back here and... Absolutely ridiculous. Set up.
Just in a church.
Do not swear.
What did you say?
In front of that. This is insane.
Woo! Oh, hey, baby.
I'm good, yeah. Sorry, what were you asking? What was
I
the
just
question?
said, hey, baby. Yeah, look at this. Can't cope. I cannot. Yep. I'm just going to swoop up him. So beautiful.
I'm just going to pretend I'm in my happy place.
Get in the middle, Kira.
Kira going.
Yeah.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
Well, go throw it with you.
Yeah, always serious.
Because this just looks... Right, Kira, just that way a little bit. If you move that way a little bit, Kira. Oh, David, that's it. Yeah, a little bit more in.
Okay, packing up. George's doing his vlogs.
That's ridiculous.
It's a long old walk to the van. Look at that window. It's real I've had to come out. There's lighting at this point in time and it was stunning. As if we just filmed a music video in here. And we might be doing a gig in here as a special one-off thing. So if you want to come, let us know in the comment section below, because this is, if we gig here, it'll be a special event. It'll be a one-off. It'll never happen again. One more look at this far window. Incredible. As I think this church was built when Henry VIII was around, Henry VII and Richard III. Crazy. Okay, that brings an end to this video of the making of If I Have Possession Over Judgment Day. Like I said, there is no footage of me recording the song because of how it came to be, and obviously no footage of Matt mixing it or playing bass on it. But there is hopefully everything else you can see going on. But filming a music video in that church was insane. Yeah, I never thought that would happen. Like I say, we've been offered to do a gig there, which will be very, very, that'll be a one-off. That'll be a very special night, that will be. So, yeah, that'll be wicked. So, I'm thinking that is later in the year, though. Watch this space. We'll get back to you on that one. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video on the making of Eye Possession over Judgment Day. Hope you've seen the music video. If not, please go and watch it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that malarko. And yeah, we'll see you... well, we'll see you on tour, because by the time this video goes out, it had just about started. And we'll also see you in the next video, which I don't know what that's going to be. But anyway, either way. But yeah, thank you very much indeed for watching, and see you again. Goodbye now. Thank you very much indeed.